Hello, it's Tristan here from ZebraInvest, and today I'm going to run through a fantastic property I've just found. It's a repossession deal. I've been out, I've seen it, the numbers seem to stack. I've gone through and I've run it through my spreadsheet, but I wanted to kind of explain what I found, how I found it, what I've gone and seen, and what the opportunities are there potentially that you could do yourself at home. So hopefully you're going to like my video, you're going to subscribe to my channel, and if you want to learn how to use property data to find amazing deals just like this, then watch it all the way through to the end. All right, now that's the cheesy crap out of the way, let's show you what I've been up to. So today I have been out to a beautiful property called 41 Ash Tree Road in Norwich. It's a lovely place in an area called New Cossey, which I quite like. It's a good area for families. The schools are half decent in the area as well. It's not too far from the city centre. And it's also got some beautiful fields around it, so if people want to go for walks or anything like that, they can. There's also a couple of good little pubs in the area, so it's a pretty decent area. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you around what I found and why I like it. So here we go. We're going to just quickly take a look and share my screen with you first. It's going to help, isn't it? There we go. And you can see here I'm just on Google Maps. You can see the property's just here. I've given you the address, but that's because I've been a little bit sneaky with this. And hopefully by the time I put this video out, I've got this deal agreed. If not, I'll send it out, and I haven't got it agreed. If you want to go try and find the deal later, be my guest. So we've got 41 Ash Tree Road down here, and it's a beautiful property, which unfortunately has been repossessed. It was repossessed about 3 years ago, and it's been sitting empty. I managed to have a chat with the neighbours next door, and they said, "You don't want to buy that property." And I thought, "Why don't you want to buy it?" And they said to me, "They're the last people, they've rubbed feces over the wall, and they smashed all the tiles up, they've got holes everywhere. It's all over the place. You don't want to buy that property." To me, that's like, well, yeah, maybe you had a problem tenant or a problem neighbour, but you know, once it's all sorted out, it should be all good and good to go. So just going to zoom in here and show you what it looks like from the outside. And you can see at some point it's had a lot of love and a lot of attention, a lot of care with it. So that's the property. But how did I find it? So I went over and I used PropertyData. As most of you will know, I am rather keen on using this. So I used the save function. I've got my area drawn in Norwich, and I clicked source properties. And what I did on this time around was I simply just went to cash buyers only. And that's going to flag up any properties in the area that are cash buyers only. And you see this one here on the left, I've actually already been in touch and confirmed for Monday. And this property on the right, this is the one that I was interested in. And I'm amazed I haven't come across it before. Clearly, I'm not that much of I haven't been looking as hard as I should be to find this, as it's been on the market since May. And you can see here, look, it hasn't had any price reductions, any changes. The interesting bit before is where I said about repossession, is when you start reading through this description, it kind of gives you an idea. It says leasehold, or awesome, cash only, 4-bedroom property, chain free. So, and then as you come down, it says, it's not necessarily on there, on the brochure, somewhere it said that it's being sold. Took a little bit of research, or maybe it didn't take that much research. Anyway, no, the reason I knew it was repossession was when you go through the photos. If you remember, I said before, you get all of this tape that says do not use on everything. So this is clearly a repossession property. And I'm going to go back to start to give you an idea. So look, beautiful on the outside. It's got this brick skin all around the outside of it, which I'll come back into in a minute. It's got a nice concrete roof in the building, which I'll come back to in a minute. And they've actually taken out the fence here and made this so it's got 2 off-road parking spaces. And then if anyone fit a little car down the side, then that's great. You can see here at some point they put extra new stud work in here. We've got all these openings across the back. You can see, you know, nice little outhouse, summer house. And there seems to be something else down in the garden, but there wasn't another photo of that, so they got there. And you can see here, look, it's got an island slap bang in the middle of the property. Not quite sure why. It was the only thing that was left there. There was only the sink left, and then there was like an oven kind of floating in the middle of the room. But you can see it just needs some love, care, and attention. But fortunately, all the walls are plastered smooth. All of the ceilings are plastered smooth. The radiators are good. The boiler needs replacing. But whilst it looks horrendous, it really is just a light refurbishment plus 1 or 2 bits, which I'll mention in a minute. And you see here, someone's somehow managed to rip part the door off. but I think it was where people had locks on the bedroom doors and someone's pushed the door through just to try and that's just snapped the top of the door. So why is this cash only or supposedly cash only? That's the question. So when you look at the description, it comes down here and it says this is non-standard constructions due to the external walls being timber frame, and then they've been clad with timber boarding. If you actually look at most new build properties now, they are a timber frame, and then they put a brick skin around the outside of it, put insulation in between the two, and hey presto, you've got a house. So you never guess what? This is describing exactly that. It's describing a brick slip, which is a brick face, a single skim, insulation, and then it's got the wood frame on the inside of it. So that's what the property has been built of like. And then on the roof, you can see across the roof, as I said, it's had a half decent new roof on it, but it's too heavy for the weight of the building. So the roof's actually sagged. So what the idea you need to do is take all of the roof off, which is quite a big job, put new lightweight tiles across the whole thing, batten it and felt it. And at the same time, you can get rid of the old timber structure or modernize and improve the existing timber structure underneath it, so it all meets current and latest building regulations. And at the same time, whilst you do that, because you're doing work inside the property, you can have an invasive check done around the property to get signed off to building regulations and have it checked as well. So any structural engineer can have a look at that in future, and you've got a certificate or a document that's going to help. And that means it is mortgageable. Anyone can buy it. And the best bit about that is go double check that. I had a word with two mortgage advisors. One of them said, look, I've got 20 lenders that will take it as it is. And then he actually turned and said, no, I can get 30 lenders if you can get that certificate. So if I can get the certificate, we've got pretty much most of the, not the whole market, but we've got the best part of the market to buy this property and sell it. And then the next bit is the reason why on earth would I tell you about this property so early on, before I've even got the whole thing secured. So you may have heard of a chap called Jamie York. He's a bit of a whiz at property, worthwhile looking at his YouTube channel if you can. And he mentioned about purchasing properties just like this, where they've been repossessed. But as soon as the purchase gets agreed, what you could do is exchange. So if you say exchange within 7 days, that means your offer is accepted, exchange on the property, and then you can then turn around and set it to have, say, 2 months down the line for your time to go complete. And what you do is you turn and say, look, I like that subject to searches and survey. So you lock that purchase in. No one else can come in and outbid you for the property, and you've got that locked in. So Tristan, that sounds fantastic. Well, what are the numbers? How does it stack? How does it look? So you can see here they're asking £250,000. £250,000 is an asking price. It's a guide price. It's not the price it's always going to sell for. So what I've done here, you can see on the right-hand side, we've got lovely little bits of tool on there called PropertyData. It's going to show you a little bit of information about the property going on here. And you can see here it's saying, look, average asking price is £347,000. I've had a look at it. I think done up, you're probably going to hit £350,000 on the property. It's got around about 265, 270 pounds a square foot. And I've already had a look on the EPC register and found out how big it is. So it is 121 square meters, which you times by 10.76, which is how many square feet per square meter. And then you can times that by 264. We're just about the same number. So I reckon it's going to sell for 350. So based on my rule of thumb, £350,000 divided by 1.2, that takes 20% profit off it, times that 0.92, take off 8% worth of cost, and here we go, we're at £268,000. I think, based on a refurbishment I've just done on another property, I'll show you that as well, it's going to cost 60 grand to do this one up. So that means I can go up to about £208,000 to be able to purchase this property and make a decent profit and a decent amount of money out of it. And as soon as I knew that, I put an offer in. I went a bit under it because I thought if I go in under and I haven't done all my analysis back at the office, then it's still going to work and hopefully we're going to get a deal across the line. So what am I saying about this other property interest, and how do you know that the refurb is going to cost you roughly that amount of money? One, that's experience, but two, I have literally just done another property that we bought at auction, and that was this property, Damon Road, which you can see here. If anyone wants to have a look at this, be my guest. But you can find it here on the Brown & Co auction website. I was bidding away at home in, as you can see there, March. And we're going through it, and we bought this property, got it for £210,000. We've done it completely all the way up. And you can see, there you go, that's a bit of evidence there for one side of it. go on to the other one, onto Rightmove. NR13AW. Here we go. For sale, include sold because we've already sold it. Here you go. And this property here, you can see the photos now. So this is what we've just done. Took this property, we've redecorated it, sorted everything out on the outside, new gutters, soffits, drainage, a lot. We've just tidied up, you know, put in a really nice kitchen. You'll see that we've opened up the top there, and a new steel has gone in, and you've got all these lovely little handles, everything else. New French patio doors opening onto the back of it. And then this property had quite a bit of work done to get it looking like this, but it's absolutely stunning. You can see, you know, what's going on there. The bathrooms are absolutely amazing. And I've had a couple of new photos done today as well, so I've got a bit more evidence. We sort out the electrics and wires that's in the ceiling. But it's really quite a stunning property. And this property actually sold for, we've now got a sale agreed at £345,000 to make pretty good, decent amount of money. But if I can do that standard in that property for £50,000, pretty much the same size, just a touch bigger on the other one at 120 square meters. So we've got a bit more decorating to do, a bit more carpet to do, and we've got the roof to sort out. This one had a new roof on its side extension, plus we had to redecorate the whole building. So there's going to be costs that we've got in this one that we won't have on the other one. So it swings and roundabouts. So I'm pretty sure that we did the other one for 60 grand, which means that we should hopefully, I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you can see me, but we should be able to take out about 60, 70 grand worth of profit out of this other property, fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do is hopefully I'm going to get this offer accepted next week. Assuming that it does get accepted, we'll put this video up. If it doesn't get accepted, I'll still stick the video up and you can kind of see what you think, see how I've thought about investing in property and why I think it's quite a good deal. Hopefully you've liked that. If you have, subscribe to my channel. If you want to find out other ways to find good property deals, I've got loads of videos on how to do property data. If you're interested in property data, I will leave a discount code in the description below. That'll give you 50% off your first month plus a 14-day free trial, and it'll give you the link as well so you can head off and do that. Anyway, my name is Tristan from ZebraInvest. Thank you very much for your time.